Racing.
A very good evening and welcome to Harness Racing's Night of Nights, the prestigious Miracle Mile, coming to you live from Harold Park in Sydney. Very shortly a crack field of 6 will attest the mile, and I can tell you the atmosphere is absolutely tremendous here. The stands are packed. There was breathing room only in the ring a short time ago. Certainly no room to open the form guide and have a little bit of a study. It doesn't seem that long ago that we were here watching the champion West Australian Village Kid go through his paces to see if he could become the first to win the mile twice. He didn't manage to do it that time, but there's certainly a lot of money to say that he can do it this time. I certainly didn't take the 7-4 on that was on offer when the betting opened, but I'm wondering if David Morrow did up in the commentary box.
Well, Peter, I think most people know that I'm a self-confessed Village Kid fanatic, but tonight I've managed to put my hard-earned on My Lightning Blue because I think he's very good value at around about 7-2 here in New South Wales. But obviously the crowd favourite and the punter's favourite is that brilliant little champion from Western Australia, Village Kid. But of course there's another Western Australian in this race, one who most of the people in the West do give a chance of upsetting the apple cart, JB's fella. We haven't seen him here on the eastern seaboard before, trained by Greg Harper in Western Australia, driven by that magnificent rangeman Fred Kersley. Only had 32 starts, but possesses a lot of ability. Best time, in fact, 1:55.6, so quite capable of taking out the Commodore Miracle Mile. But to many of us on the eastern seaboard, as I said, he's a new horse. So I asked Fred Kersley, how good is the horse?
He's a pretty good horse. And at his favourite journey, the mile, he's got some very good performances at the mile journey.
Well, how confident are you of beating Village Kid into that first turn?
At home I could hold him out, but this track is a little different. They tell me the first corner here is a little tighter, so I'm not confident of holding him out really, but all I can say is that if we're racing on our home track, I would hold him out.
So you've got some sort of confidence of holding him out then?
Well, I'm keeping my options open. I don't think it's necessary to be in front too early to win the race. I think there's other ways, and I think it'll be a very tough affair. And if I don't lead, it won't worry me.
Interesting words of wisdom from Fred Kersley. Most people expected JB's fella and Village Kid to be charging into that first turn. Well, number 2 is the other West Aussie, Village Kid. His record speaks for itself. The Inter-Dominion, the Hunter Cup, the Miracle Mile in 1986. In fact, he won just about everything. And of course, recently he won the Australian Pacing Championship in Perth to prove he's right back to his best form. In fact, he's going for his 13th win in a row. Trained by that amiable butcher from Fremantle, Bill Horn, driven by Chris Lewis, and the third horse to pass the $1 million in prize money. 1:55.5, but where he's most notable is the fact that he can get out of that mobile gate so quickly. So is Chris Lewis confident that Village Kid will be able to lead as clearly, as regularly as he has done so in the past?
Well, that remains to be seen, but I think he'll get out pretty quick. I suppose it's the important thing how fast he goes the last quarter.
Well, everyone remembers how quickly he went in that brilliant Inter-Dominion win up in Albion Park at the beginning of 1986. He went in just over 26. Do you think that he can do it again?
I can't see any reason why he can't get out very quick. It's hard to say he can come out that quick. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. You know, it's just a factor on that night, I think.
Well, what about JB's fella? He's drawn inside. We're told he also explodes from the gate when he's given a chance.
Certainly he's a very quick beginner. I think Village is a quicker beginner than him, though.
Do you think My Lightning Blue is the main danger?
On paper it appears that way, but you've got 6 very good horses in there, and I count them all as dangerous.
Chris Lewis, who's had so much success, of course, behind Village Kid. He also drove the Inter-Dominion winner way back in 1976 on Carclew. Well, the least experienced horse in the race is number 3, Gay Adam, to be driven by young David Aitken, who trains the horse out at Bankstown here in New South Wales, a famous name in harness racing. Has only had 14 starts, but has won 7 of them, and has won some of those most impressively indeed. But for many people in Australia, the horse is relatively unknown. So for those people in those parts of Australia who don't know how good Gay Adam is, I asked David Aitken for his assessment of the horse.
Well, I think he's a very good horse, David. He met the good horses here, our local horses, a couple of weeks ago, but tonight's by far his biggest test with the other interstate horses.
Well, everyone's talking about times between 155 and 156. Is Gay Adam capable of that?
He's capable of running a very fast mile. How fast, I don't know. The fast pace will suit him, whatever time they'll run. He can camp on, I think, any speed, and hopefully he'll be running on.
The second favourite, number 4, My Lightning Blue. Of course, he brilliantly won the Inter-Dominion Championship in Christchurch earlier this year, and a few weeks ago he backed it up with a scintillating performance to take out the New Zealand Cup. He's trained and driven by Jimmy O'Sullivan, and look at that record. A marvellous performer, and how confident is Jimmy O'Sullivan that My Lightning Blue can go quicker than that 157.7 tonight.
Yes, he got beaten nose in New Zealand in the free-for-all, sitting parked out all the way, and he ran the first mile in 56, and for 2,000 metres, and he ran the first mile in 56. So I think he can go a little bit faster here tonight.
Well, how would you compare him, say, this year to what it was this time last year when he ran second to, of course, the Master Mood?
Oh, he's a lot more mature horse this year, and he's had a fair bit of racing, and he's done nearly everything that's asked of him, so I feel that he could go very well tonight.
Number 5 is the outstanding South Australian TheWhirly Dream. He's had many starts and he's had a lot of wins, 50 in fact, trained and driven by Lance Justice from South Australia. And I'm just wondering whether TheWhirly Dream can better his best ever mile performance. And that mile performance, 157.1.
Tonight, I feel to win the race or wherever he's got to run, he'll better 157.1.
Well, he recently went to Perth for the Australian Pacing Championships, had a good victory over JB's fella. You fairly confident about tonight's race?
Well, you can never be confident in such a good field with such good horses, but we're out there trying. We're going to do our best and hope that we run a good time and win the race if we can.
Well, one would think that Village Kid's the horse to beat. Just how good was his performance in winning that Australian Pacing Championship final?
Well, Village Kid's runs, all 3 runs I saw of him in Perth, I was very impressed with him, and I feel he's going as well as he was last year, if not better. And he's going to be the horse to beat for sure.
Well, how would you like to see the race run? Is there any particular way you'd like to see it run?
Yeah, I'd like to see JB's fella out in front with Village Kid in the breeze, and us sitting back in the field getting a nice run for the last run at him.
Well, the second most inexperienced runner in the race is the New Zealander Happy Sunrise, who really has burst on the scene recently. He's now owned in Queensland, trained there by Stuart Hunter, but tonight he's going to be driven by Ricky May. He's only had 17 starts, but he's drawn badly out in 6. So with such a wide barrier, what is Ricky May's race plan for the big race?
The faster they go, the better. Drawn 6.
What, are you going to drop in on the fence and just hope?
Oh, well, yeah, possibly will, yeah. Just depends how good the Village Kid can go out of the gate, I suppose. Mean a lot.
Thanks, mate. So Ricky May and all of the drivers in a fairly amiable mood. Over there you can see not much change except that My Lightning Blue has firmed up just a little bit and firms up as I speak. He's into about 3-1 number 4, but still the very pronounced favourite, number 2, Village Kid, as the mobile gate moves onto the course at the back of the top of the back straight, and the horses start to line up for this, the 1987 Miracle Mile. The race record, 156.1, held by Master Mood. The track record held by the Brilliant Popular Arm in 155.9. And the Australian record, 154.3, held by Pro Chevalier. They're starting to move up behind that gate. They move round into the straight. And about 50 metres after they turn round into the straight, you'll see a big 1. It says 1 mile, and that's where the race starts. Moving up behind the gate, shortly we'll see the blue light and the starters say, go for the Miracle Mile. Away they go, and Village Kid burst out, and so too did TheWhirly Dream as they come down towards the winning post the first time. It's Village Kid and TheWhirly Dream. JB's fella drops in behind the Kid. The next one, Gay Adam, My Lightning Blue caught 3 wide, and behind those Happy Sunrise as they head to the back the first time. And Village Kid gets his own way in front and gets it there pretty comfortably. Moving up on the outside, the Iron Horse, the tough one, My Lightning Blue from Victoria. The other West Aussie down on the inside, running third, JB's fella. Getting into the 1-1, TheWhirly Dream followed, then by Gay Adam, and last of all is Happy Sunrise as they go through the first quarter, 28.4, so they're going along very kindly in front, and in front at the moment it's Village Kid. He won the 1986 Miracle Mile and he's in a beautiful position at the moment to make it 2 in a row. A half length away on the outside is My Lightning Blue. JB's fella down on the inside running third, and Whirly Dream in the 1-1. Gay Adam second last, and Happy Sunrise is last of all as heads are turned for home with just over 1 lap to go as they come past the half-mile peg, and they're outside 1 minute at the moment. 31.7 that second quarter, very slow indeed. They hear the bell, less than a lap to go, and it's Village Kid and My Lightning Blue. The Kid leads by half a length, running third, JB's fella. On the outside in the 1-1, Whirly Dream. Gay Adam second last, and last of all as they head to the back, Happy Sunrise. Village Kid leads by a length on My Lightning Blue. No change, JB's fella next, followed then by Whirly Dream on the outside. Gay Adam second last, and Happy Sunrise last of all as they come now towards the 400 metre mark. Third quarter, 28.8, so the leader, the one to beat. Village Kid a half length now on My Lightning Blue. Happy Sunrise starting to come home very quickly round the outside. JB's fella in behind the leader trying to wait for the last crack at them. Whirly Dream in a pocket, and Gay Adam right up on the steel on the fence. Around the turn it's Village Kid, My Lightning Blue in the centre. Happy Sunrise down on the outside, and JB's fella trying to get out of the pocket. Village Kid in front. Look at Gay Adam moving up on the inside, but Village Kid's going to be too good. Village Kid beat JB's fella and Happy Sunrise. Gay Adam flew to be fourth, followed then by Whirly Dream and My Lightning Blue last. Village Kid 157.7, the last quarter in 28.8, and so he's made it 2 Miracle Miles, and he now must, for the logical favourite for the 1988 Foster's Inter Dominion, scheduled to start here at Harold Park on March the 4th. The Commodore Miracle Mile for 1987 has been taken out by the brilliant kid from Western Australia, Village Kid, making it 13 wins in a row, trained by Billy Horn, driven by Chris Lewis. He got to the lead so easily, and from then on, really, it was a procession. My Lightning Blue was the disappointment of the race, and the two youngsters, Happy Sunrise and Gay Adam, certainly showed that they've got plenty of future in front of them, and JB's fella, I thought, may have squeezed through to get second, with Happy Sunrise third, and Gay Adam up on the fence would have been third. So the numbers